A very good morning, my dear students. This is Arpita Gupta, your social study teacher. In this video, we are going to start a new chapter. Let's start it.
Do you know, children, what are natural disasters? Yes, natural disasters are those natural events which cause widespread destruction of life and property. Earthquakes, cyclones, floods, volcanic eruptions, and droughts are examples of natural disaster. You will learn more about them in this lesson. First, we will discuss about flood. A flood is the overflowing of water on dry land from water bodies near it. Floods are mainly caused due to heavy rainfall. However, sudden melting of snow or ice, or collapse of dams, or landslides blocking the channel of a river may also result in floods. Tsunamis and cyclones also cause flooding in coastal regions. Floods are very common in our country, especially in the monsoon season. Now, find out the names of those states where floods have occurred in the last 2 years. Try to find it out. Yes, children. Now we'll discuss about the effects of flood. Floods, like other natural disasters, cause a lot of destruction. They damage crop, life, and property. Sometimes entire houses get washed away by flood water. People and animals may drown during floods. Floods also affect transport and communication systems, water and water supplies of the area. It leads to shortage of food and drinking water. Due to floods, water may remain locked in an area for several days, resulting in the spread of various diseases. So, when floods water stagnate in an area, there may be an outbreak of diseases. They may spread rapidly, taking the shape of an epidemic. Now, let's discuss precautions. Some measures can be taken to prevent the possibility of floods in an area. And as we know, trees help to control floods and hold the soil in place. Also, special dams can be built to check the flow of water. Besides, you can be prepared for floods in following ways. All electrical appliances should be kept switched off during a flood. Flood alerts are always sounded on television and radio. People should watch out for all such news reports. You should move to higher grounds. You should keep a waterproof emergency kit ready. The kit must contain essential items like medicine, food, and water. Now we'll discuss about drought. When a region receives very little or no rainfall, conditions of drought prevail. It is a condition of acute scarcity of water, food, and fodder due to scanty rainfall. The Indian states of Rajasthan and Gujarat face frequent droughts due to less rainfall. Other states such as Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, central Maharashtra, interior Karnataka, parts of Tamil Nadu, and Bihar also face drought conditions frequently. Now, let's discuss about the effects and precautions. Effects of drought can be catastrophic. Acute shortage of water during a drought result in wilting of plants and subsequently they die. Failure of crops result in scarcity of food. A severe drought can cause starvation and even death. In our country, Parts of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Odisha, and Rajasthan are prone to droughts. Precautions. Drought-prone areas must take some preventive measures so as to avoid the drought conditions and minimize its effects. Some of them are: more trees should be grown. Next is drought resistant crops such as maize, sorghum, and millets should be grown. Better irrigation facilities should be developed in areas which do not receive much rainfall. Now, let's discuss about cyclone. What are cyclones? Cyclones are violent storms that cause tremendous damage to the coastal areas. They are accompanied by very strong winds and heavy rainfall that can cause flood and high tidal waves. Do you know, children, in India, the coastal states such as West Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu along the Bay of Bengal and Gujarat, and Maharashtra along the Arabian Sea have frequent cyclones. Weather bulletins and warning regarding cyclones features regularly on radio and television, and people are moved to safer places. Fishermen, boats, people living in the coastal areas, telephone and electricity poles and trees are most affected by cyclones. Let's discuss about the effects and precaution to be taken during a cyclone. Effects. Cyclones cause a lot of destruction. The strong winds during a cyclone can give rise to huge waves in the sea, which can lead to flooding. This can also submerge large parts of coastal areas. The strong winds that usually accompany a cyclone can topple electric poles, trees, and cause houses to collapse or blow away. Now we'll discuss about precautions. As cyclones can be predicted almost accurately, the government often calls the army and other agencies to evacuate people from the area where a cyclone is likely to strike. Relief camps are set up to provide food, water, and shelter to people displaced by a cyclone. Such camps also have doctors to control the outbreak of diseases. You can prepare for a cyclone by taking the following steps. Number one is, if a cyclone warning is issued, you should not venture near the sea. Next is, you should move to a safer place. You should store food and water in waterproof bags to keep them safe. You should keep emergency phone numbers of friends and relatives handy.